Finally, it don't happen, oh, my people. The Fulani elders has come together to say, divide Nigeria now. Let everybody go their separate ways.
We cannot continue the way we are now. Absolutely. Things have to change. And the earlier the change comes about, the better.
Prediction some years ago that Nigeria would become a failed state has actually come to pass. Some of the indices of a failed state are when non-state actors possess equal or stronger or more potent power than a legitimately constituted government. Power of violence, instruments of coercion and violence, as we are saying now. And let us not always be saying Nigeria is indivisible, it is indissoluble. It's not a textbook definition. Indissolubility and indivisibility can only be brought about when you nurture unity, mutual respect, egalitarianism. It is already divided because every geopolitical zone is already going according to its own details. There is no cohesion. There is no leadership. Can't you see that Nigeria is hemorrhaging? Can't you see that we are bleeding? Can't you see that we are on a journey to no destination? Can't you see that the president should wake up from his self-imposed cocoon and hibernation and seize the reins of power and save Nigeria from what remains of ourselves, self-implosion, self-immolation? Can't you see that we are tottering, we are wobbly, we are groggy? Can't you see that we are falling apart? Can't you see that we needed, as yesterday, to do something urgent to save Nigeria from the precipice, from breaking up into smithereens? Can't you see that the house is collapsing, that the edifice is collapsing? Can't everybody see it? Even if you are blind, can't you feel it? Even if you are blind and you can't feel it, are you?
When you take the history of Nigeria, from the very beginning, when we were amalgamated, to the very beginning we became a nation, we got it altogether wrong. You bring in people of different culture, different beliefs, different socialization, different milieu, different outlooks, merge them together by force to form a nation. Only the initial builders of Nigeria had a clear vision and a mission, devoid of any sentiment. Soon thereafter, it became clear that it was a wrong union. It was a union that was not properly negotiated. We could have remained a great country if we had isolated our own identities, peculiarities, culture, while contributing to build a nation just like America. But we ended up having people from one generation, one set of leaders to another, everybody coming with a vision and a mission, and destroy the previous ones he met, even if they are good, because they are put in place by an imaginary enemy. Secondly, we have a nation where we celebrate criminals. It is only in Nigeria that somebody will clearly steal and loot hugely from the public treasury. And then after some times, you see him receiving national honors. You see him being given chieftaincy titles. You see him being called king, prince, or an emir. That is an indicator that we are yet to be there. We also have a complacent followership. A followership that is satisfied with collecting 500 naira to vote, 1,000 naira to vote, a bar of soap, a tin of milk. On that basis, he surrenders his franchise. It means we are not conscious of our civic duties and responsibilities as a nation. The majority of the common people that are complaining now are also contributing to the destruction of the country in collaboration with the colleagues of the elites. While the elites are losing the treasury, they are hailing them. Today, if a northerner were to be caught stealing 10 billion naira and he is taken to court, believe me honestly, you will see northern organizations, northern elites, some of them saying that he is being persecuted because he's a northerner, because he's a Muslim.
There's no country anymore. As we are today, Nigeria is gone. What we have is a carcass, and life is short and brutish, and everyone, we're all on edge. We are the victimhood that a lot of people refuse to see coming to us. We are all there. And unfortunately, we do not have a president. We have someone who rigged his way into office, an illegitimate president, and who doesn't care. And of course, anyone who is ready to do anything, you know, snatch it, run with it, and all of that to get into office, they don't care about the people. They don't care. There's no empathy. And that's what we're seeing today. And Nigeria has gotten into a place where you're not even sure that you're going to see the next day, because you might be a victim, might be taken away even from inside your own house. And that's where Nigeria is right now.
I'm still wondering, what else makes this country one nation? I'm still thinking about it. What is that thing that makes this country one nation? I'm also still wondering why this country has not just divided so that everybody will go their own and live peacefully. Oh yes, I've been wondering, is it language? The three major, you know, ethnic groups we have in Nigeria does not have one language. The Igbos speak Igbos, the Hausa speak Hausa, Yoruba speak Yoruba. Of course, there are so many other ethnic groups, but at least these are the three major ones, and they don't speak one language. Is it religion? Igbos, 95% Igbos are Christians. 95% Hausas are Muslims. Yes, the rest are Christians. Yorubas, I don't know how to classify them, but I will say 60% of them are Muslims, while 40% are Christians. Is it culture? Do we have the same culture? At all, we don't. Hausa culture is different. Yoruba culture is different. Igbo culture is different. I know there are so many other ethnic groups, because I have seen some people comment on my comment section, why do we always talk about the three major groups? What about other ethnic groups? I know, but I also reply that person that other major groups fall under any of these three major ethnic groups. All right, so please, when I talk, I'm talking about the three major ethnic groups, Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. I know that there are other ethnic groups too. But looking at this, these things I just mentioned are the things that make up a nation, and yet these things are not common within this country. I mean, not the same language, not the same culture, not the same religion. Then what else? Why do we allow ourselves to be threatened by one another? Just a few days ago, the Hausa man came out, or some Hausa men came out, and we are threatening Christians, we are threatening Igbos, and they threaten Edo people too. Now we have seen. I know this video I just played for you, it was done a couple of months ago, but we still have the recent video where some Yoruba elders are coming out and say, come on, we are not one. Come on, it is better we go our ways. And so I'm still wondering, what else keeps us together? If we can be together, then let us apart. Let us apart. Honestly speaking, it's getting to the point that if care is not taken, Anyway, let me allow you now to watch this video. Probably you will see the latest one that some of the elders came out and was calling for, division. So please watch it, and then you drop your comment on the comment section what you think. And then I ask one question again. What is that thing that makes us one nation? I want to know. Drop it on the comment section. But for now, please watch this. And if this is your first time coming across my channel, you can do well to subscribe. All right? Please watch this video.
Nigeria is not a united country, despite all the pretenses. We are North South since 1914. It has not changed. The North, at the flip of a switch, they are able to shout Northern interest. The Southerners are laid back, hoping that, we are civilized. We don't want to talk about tribalism. Tribalism is at play. We are pretentious about this matter. Look, the North has taken us for a ride for too long. They foisted federal character on Nigeria over 40 years. They foisted quota system over Nigeria over 40 years. Have they benefited from it? Only the tiny clique in the North is holding the whole country to ransom. It's enough time for Nigeria to wake up. We are not together, North nor South. Now they are talking the elite, the few elite in the North. Like if the bottle is going to be removed from their mouths. That's what they are doing. They are shouting. They are forming a group now. Lead of Northern Democrats. It's a fact that we are divided. We pretend that is totally, I don't understand it. The North knows what they want, and the South are reluctant to say what they want. President Tinubu is better to put all the cards on the table, trying to pepper over it and say we are united. Of course, we are not united. We are not united. We are divided. That's just the truth. I've told you now that the North brought federal character. The South agreed to okay, fine, we are united. Where is the result of it? The North brought quota system. The Southern agree with it. It's in the constitution. What is the result? If we now bring in tax to say, okay, get more VAT in the North at the expense of the South, so what will be the result? The division will continue until we remove the feeding bottle. Let everybody just work according to his own dictates. The North sincerely believes in Sharia. We should not grow them for that purpose now. We should let them be. They want Sharia. In the South, there are Muslims. We don't want Sharia. Somebody brought up in Oyo to do Sharia in Oyo. Everybody put it down. The Muslims in the South don't want Sharia. So why are we pretending? In the Southeast, some few Muslims, but they don't want Sharia. Let's accept who we are. Let's accept reality so that we'll not stop talking and motion without movement. That's what it is. I'm not ashamed. Okay, look, if President Tinubu succeeds now, 2027, 2031, every Yoruba person in Abuja will be cleaned out of the system. Because Buhari started with Fulani, he is doing Yoruba now. Let the Igbos come. We cannot block the Igbos if they put 99% in all positions too. Is that the way we are building the country? Let Yoruba man go and rule Yoruba land. Let the North agree on who will rule Northwest. Let the Kanu rule Northeast. Let the Igbos rule the Southeast. Let the South agree. Then the temperature will come down. I will not want to be running federal election with 200 million naira form because I have to run from Sokoto to Ikotekpene. I will campaign as a premier of Western region where people know me and I know them. I know what they want. The Southwest want to bring all Yorubas who are Japan, bring them back to Nigeria. Nigeria is too hostile for the Yorubas now. Nigeria is a poisoned environment for Yoruba because we invested in education so much and we have lost all the human beings. They are developing other societies. The North will not care less. How many doctors do they have in United States? How many doctors do they have in Europe? These are facts I'm put on the table now. I don't need to sugarcoat anything at all. We are divided. Let's just accept it. It's no fight. It's no war. The North will come up on their own. We will respect each other. But this matter of trying to play some games, President Tinubu is better. In fact, if he runs only one term and he brings this temperature down, his name will go down in history. But if he does not do anything in the next 6 months about restructuring, and he goes to use all the money to run election in 2027 and he wins, and then what? Yorubas will become endangered in the political system because once he leaves, then Nigeria is not safe for Yoruba again.
This government agenda is not, in restructuring. Nigerians have right to, seek to determine their future through a constitutional means. It has to be pursued legally, not through intimidating anybody or any part of this country. We have seen, the hands of some adversaries to this government. We have heard, speeches from people that are out to destabilize the government. People that Nnamdi Kanu, who has been on the forefront of, calling for a Biafran state or the Biafran country. is a PDP man. In 2012, he was in London campaigning for Jonathan Goodluck. He was pushing for stability of this country when Jonathan was the president. Jonathan lost the election and he started abusing, castigating President Muhammadu Buhari.
Mohammed Lawal, can I interrupt you there? Can I interrupt you and come in and say some groups, especially the Afenifere, had said what APC had done can be called political 419 because they did promise to restructure Nigeria. But I also remember that the APC chairman said, no, that's not what they've promised. That what they've promised is devolution of power. Be that as it may, which one sits better with you? Restructure or devolution? If devolution is what sits better with you, tell us how you think that can be achieved.
Look, nobody is afraid of restructuring this country. In fact, this country was amalgamated. So if we sit down and say we want it to be de-amalgamated, so be it. Nobody is afraid of restructuring. Look, President Goodluck, in his 2014 compab, it was done, and there were 3 recommendations. First recommendation can be achieved through executive orders. The second one can be achieved through legislative, bills. The third one has to be done through, a constitutional amendment. He didn't submit. He didn't do even the simplest one that he has the power to do unilaterally. And now he and some of his people that were in the government were coming to say that they want restructuring, they are supporting the Biafran call for, Biafran state. You see, this government is not afraid of restructuring. What we are saying is that let it, even if it is coming, let it come through the legitimate way that such issues are addressed in this country.
Let's not go into who is saying
what. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, good. Let's not go into, because you mentioned Nnamdi Kanu, and then I don't think I heard you mention what the youth in the north said, which is treasonable in some quarters. People have talked about that. But let's not go there. Is this really a question of secession or restructure as much as it is a failure of leadership to provide equity, fairness, and a sense of belonging?
Look, if it is secession that the people from the southeast who are very want, let them put it on the table, and let's discuss it. Nobody is afraid of secession or restructuring, but what we are saying in that, let it be tabled properly. And look, you mentioned about the youth in the north. The youth in the north.
Lawa, you're not getting my question. Hold on.
Make a statement.
Hold on. That's not my question. That's not my question. What I asked is.
Okay, go ahead. Can you please state your question?
Good. Is it really not a question of the failure of leadership that will provide fairness, equity, and belonging rather than that of restructuring or secession? That's my question.
Yeah, if we are talking about the failure of leadership, that people from different parts of this country are either asking for restructuring, devolution, whatever, that is not far-fetched. And leadership from where? Who are the first people? Who are the first entities that are calling for restructuring or devolution? You see, each part of the country has states, and there are local governments, and each part of this government has, its own mandate to cater for the welfare and the well-being of the people. So if there is failure from an aspect of, of the governance, it cannot be loaded on the federal government alone and say that it is either the northerners or not willing, to give people their right or their well-being or their belonging, so it has to be properly addressed. That's what I'm saying. Leaders, they may have their own, portion of the blame to take, but definitely sure you cannot say, if the leaders in the southwest or in the southeast have failed to address the need of their people, you cannot load it on the federal government or on the leaders of the whole country.
We need to create a new set of leaders entirely, Because what is obviously lacking in this leadership is the political will, the capacity to put into action the grievances and the demands of the people. Anything that has to do with this crop of leaders sitting and coordinating the efforts for a restructured Nigeria, for a revamped Nigeria, to retooling or rejigging of Nigeria, the political will is totally lost. So what I recommend is that people should stand up right now and take their lives and their futures in their hands. And I'm basically talking now to young people and the elites, the lettered people. We should stop talking about nation building and start working about it. By now, I expect that all of us who are lettered, who have some form of knowledge, who have information about the way a country should be run as against the way it is run now, who have an understanding of the clear gaps and the inadequacies of this system, should go back to our different communities. Jeff Kennedy said all politics is local. No matter how sophisticated you are, you either belong to a local government by birth or you belong to a local government by domiciliary. By now, I expect young people, for crying out loud, the population says that we have over 60 to 65% of this population as young people. Let's translate these numbers to energy, literacy energy. Go back to your local government. All of us, identify the demographics in your local government, the leadership. Get like minds, lettered people like you, educated people like you. Begin to converse. Let's start community by community organizing. It's important at this point in time. And let us go beyond all those mundane, man-created, leadership-created divides like religion, like ethnicity. They don't matter. Because if you look at the list of all those who have perpetrated fraud and have shed the loot of this country, it is a very serious, equitable, ethnic and religious balancing. So we should just go beyond those mundane, trivial, man-made distractions by the leadership. Go to our communities, identify like minds who still believe in Nigeria, identify like minds who have knowledge, create an ideology, a focus for the nation you want as against what you want now. Now begin to design a communication strategy that will target every age demographic. For example, between 12 or 16, 17 and 35, 40, see more IT savvy, create online strategy to reach those ones, like the NSAS people. Now we look at from like 40, 45 down to 72, which is actually and unfortunately the most active electoral and political age in Nigeria. Is offline. Let's create communication strategies that can geo-target these people. Now create materials in our local dialects. Let's start explaining to the people at the grassroots in the language they understand the problem we are right now, and make them realize that look, this thing is never going to go until you understand the consequence of one wrong voting decision, because that's your single vote. And I'm talking about political literacy now. That's your single vote, if used wrongly, is going to give you another 4 years of your inaccess or lack of access to education, to social infrastructure, to the future you want for your children, to good public health care, to every gains, socioeconomic gains of leadership and gains of democracy that is supposed to be delivered by service to the people. Now let's begin to coordinate ourselves, hold town hall meetings, begin to reach all the demographics we have. There are religious groups in this country, there are socioeconomic groups in this country, there are professional groups in this country, there are gender-based groups in this country, there are youth-based group in this country. And the beauty is that all these demographically have been stratified along the lines of what our existing national structures are. We have all these groups at the national, at the regional, at the state, at the local government, and at the community level. Let's engage all this energy.
People from the east here, they are clamoring for their own country, which is Biafra, and they have their own reason for doing so, and you cannot ignore it. And that is why you see a lot of unrest in the east here. You go to Imo State, the residents there, they don't sleep in the night. You go to Anambra State, the case is as peculiar as the one before. So even in Ebonyi State, you have cases of insecurity, criminality, So when you see all these things happening, is because when the government of the day failed to do the needful.
But people say they are not Biafrans.
That is what you will say. If they say, just like people who are from Rivers here also, they are saying they are not Biafrans as well. But if Nigeria want to test their resolve, let them put them into test. We organize referendum for them.
When they share the country.
I mean, Yoruba Republic, Oduduwa Republic.
So when Nigeria divide, Oduduwa go their way.
Yes.
People go their way.
Everybody, so that we know where the problem came
Is that
from.
the solution to Nigeria? The same Nigeria divide, you support better. I support. So if Nigeria divide now, which part you belong? I belong to Oduduwa. Yes. So is that the solution to Nigeria problem, Mike? This is too high. We no get better leaders. All our leaders, they are Confucius. The palliative 2.something billions. Where is the money? Why the palliative? So I want less, even though anything can come outside.
All right, we still need to talk more. Obviously, it's just very clear. Please do well to drop your comment on the comment section.